Hi folks, my name's Ed Carroll, and today I'm going to be reviewing these AirPod Pros. So I'm videoing from a warmish Weaverville, North Carolina on February 28th, 2021. And so with these AirPods Pro, I'm wondering if anybody's ever thought about, is it worth it, for these $200 to $250 price tag? I certainly did. And if you stick around to the end, I will tell you what I think after 3 months of using these little gems. So, why do people use these elegantly designed, expensive piece of tech? Well, I think today's world, so many of us are always on the phone or in meetings. You can't hold up your phone all day. I suppose you can, but you're going to get your arms pretty sore, and you shouldn't be driving, holding up your phone. And it's kind of hard holding up your phone and wrangling a few kids or eating popsicles and ice cream. So I think having some of these headsets makes things quite a bit easier. And specifically on the higher end, I do suppose folks want higher quality audio and mics, along with a solid battery life. So um, yeah, I think that's why folks are leveraging these little guys. So let's talk a little bit more about what the specs are on them. They're roughly $200 to $250 at Apple, Target, Best Buy, Walmart. I think right now, Target, Best Buy, Walmart has it right at $199.99. And these are, just a reminder, these are the AirPods Pro, not just the AirPods or the AirPod Max. They're kind of that middle of the line, higher end there. And so, if we talk a little bit more about these specs on these AirPods Pro, they have noise cancellation. They're Bluetooth connected. They're waterproof, built-in mic. They have this little separate charging case. Battery life is 4.5, 5 hours here. And if we look at who they compete with, there's so much on the market. So you're gonna have the Bose Quiet Comfort. They've got a whole slew of products there. They're going to compete directly with themselves with kind of the lower model AirPods, which typically run $50 to $100 cheaper. Now they've got the AirPod Maxes, which are like $550. Wow. Sony, and again, a long list of kind of low cost providers in this space. And I think for most folks, if they're Apple enthusiasts, they're kind of competing with themselves a little bit more. So that AirPod, just general model there. And so just to give you guys comparison, what does that look like? Your traditional AirPods does not have active noise cancellation like the AirPods Pro does. There is noise isolating design. Don't really know what that means, but the AirPods doesn't have it. AirPods Pro does. And the battery life is pretty comparable. And you can get wireless charging, which I just found out when looking this up a little bit more. So these things do work on a wireless charger, which I'd say is pretty cool. So from a strength side, I'd say these things are really easy to connect. So I have Macs, I've got iPads, iPhone. They're really easy to connect. Actually, I probably should try it here so you can see it. They're solid enough battery life. Solid enough, I'd say. The audio's high quality. The noise cancellation is key. And I suppose you may look kind of cool with them in. I don't know. So now I'm connected. I'll have to check and see how this audio sounds. From a weakness perspective, separate charging case. No good. I've got 3 kids. One is 2. I find this thing all over the place. Kind of shame on me. And I have these 2 individual ones too. I don't know how much longer I'll have them. They're just going to get lost. And it's expensive, $200 to $250. So, that's my weaknesses from my perspective is with kids and with a crazy life is how long will I have these things? From a threats perspective, low cost offerings that are just good enough quality wise. Bose makes some adjustments and they're constantly kind of iterating on their offering. And I really don't know how easy they are to use on Windows and Android. So I think there's some real threats, but as we know with Apple, Apple's a little bit more unique. I mean, they have folks that are fans of Simon Sinek with why he likes to write quite a bit about Apple, and I think they'll continue to do fine because the quality and the product's always going to be easy to use and in a solid quality. But yeah. So what I didn't share in the beginning is we talked about, do I think it's worth it for $200 or $250 for these beautiful little things? Well, I didn't pay for them with my own money. My company did. And so for years, I've had these little Chinese ripoffs. I don't know if you call them a ripoff, but these little guys here, $20, and I would go through one or two of them. Well, probably at least two of them a year. And so, from a quality perspective, they're not as good as these. They don't have the noise cancellation. I'm out on walks. Everybody's like, "Oh, I can hear the birds," and then they know I'm out, not in my office walking. But these things were pretty good. And truth is I'll go back to them once I finally lose these, and I just can't justify 10 times the cost for these. So not with my own money anyway. And but keep in mind, I'm a pretty cheap guy with everything except my kids and wife. So for me, and so many folks will tell you, like, you're on calls all the day, all the time. So you should have high quality. These are comfortable. They are very comfortable. But once I lose these, I won't go back. So that's my review of AirPods Pro. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I left a lot of stuff out, and thanks.